you know.
Not enough. Not enough training for the women participants.
Yeah.
What about, let's talk about the importance of women in self-defense overall.
Yeah, kind of a heartfelt topic here, but you know, coming back to the same point, you know, the odds of women getting assaulted are much greater than men, and the repercussion is so much worse than if a guy gets in a, you know, like a bar fight or jumped in that back alley or whatever it is. So the importance is you're probably going to be the worst of the victims, and you really need to step up and prepare yourself. You know, you just can't get away from it.
After I combed your website, because I found it very interesting, I made myself a little list as I was going along, and I thought, you know, of all the things that you offer, I decided that what I would like to learn from you is in women's self-defense, number one, and then conflict psychology. Now, I could really use that, because I'm like, I always got my dukes up, shoot first, ask questions later, you know what I mean? So I could use conflict psychology for myself, and then close quarter combat and self-defense. And then you told me to go to the blog. If you go to Nick's website, which will tell you the web address later, and if you go to his website and then go to the blogs and read the first blog entry, which was made by tell us about this Tennessee thing.
A few weeks back, I went down to Tennessee. I had a friend of mine who hosted me down there. She searched around for a couple of months trying to find a program that's appropriate for women. And couldn't find anything locally, so she asked me to come on down there. I spent a weekend over there. I did a 4-hour seminar there, same one to do here. And she was just absolutely floored with the results. I mean, she brought her 17-year-old daughter up from Georgia, from private school in Georgia, just to attend the seminar. You know, she's a great-hearted person, but really been through some stuff in her life, and this is exactly what she needed.
She sounded like she had been through quite a lot, and as I read her story, I knew that I had some issues, myself, but nothing compared to what she went through. Let me ask you this: why do you think some women join and some women don't? Some women join the self-defense class and some women don't. Well,
you know, that's actually a pretty common question. Typically, let's address why they don't join, and that'll kind of explain the rest. When you talk about why women don't join, there's a few factors. One is just the intimidation factor, that, you know, too many guys in there. Could be a comfort level, could be a time constraint. But the biggest reason I find is typically it's it won't happen to me type attitude, that mindset.
Seriously?
You know what I mean? Yeah, because, you know, you live in a nice neighborhood, that doesn't mean anything. Or, you know, you go shopping at a certain store, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? But it's always tough to face the realities of life, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And you know, you were talking earlier about, you know, always speak the truth. Well, here's the truth: it can happen anywhere, at any point in time. And the question is whether you're proactive or you're going to be a victim. You know what I mean? So either step up, spend a few bucks, you know, spend a little bit of time, make sure that you have the proper knowledge and the proper training to be able to protect yourself and possibly even a loved one.
Now, I know that you have an upcoming self-defense seminar for women August 7th at Spring Hill Gym.
That's right.
And please tell us about it.
That is August 7th. It is going to go from noon to 4. It's about $100 for it, and I'm putting everything out there. This is actually the full seminar, the same thing I gave in Tennessee. It's part of my Fighting Chance program, which we'll talk about here probably in a couple minutes. And it's going to really arm you with everything that you're going to need to know. And it's simple, it's safe, it's effective, and I promise you that you're going to get a great workout, you're going to learn something, and you're going to have fun all at the same time.
Personally, I want to take it, and here's why. I think all women, no matter what their age, should learn self-defense to protect themselves. And like you say, they can have fun and a really good workout, but I think that, like you say, well, it's not going to happen to me. You never know. And I personally, especially as we age, like a lot of us baby boomers, we don't have the agility that we once had, even though if a person is extremely active and physical fitness like I am, you know, with my daily cardio rowing and walking, and I do Pilates, this is a whole different ball game, and to know how to take care of myself, because sometimes when my spine acts up, or like with this broken toe, I have to walk with a cane, and I'll tell you, I see the look sometime in the bangers' eyes when they pass me on the street, even downtown Chicago. When they see, it's like in the jungle, or in the jungle, the weakest animals always get preyed upon.
That's right.
So if they see somebody limping, or if they see an old lady with a cane, not that I'm an old lady yet, but you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
These are things that I want to know, because I do know that it doesn't matter how much brute strength you use, it's leverage and what other kind of things that you can, you know what I'm saying? It's leverage and certain tricks and...
That's right.
Not tricks, but techniques.
The effectiveness of the program that I offer is, we're going to assume, like you said, you want to learn close quarter combat.
Yes.
That's what I'm teaching you. This is my specialty, is close quarter combat. And typically what you're going to find is women who get attacked is immediately in close quarter combat, because somebody came up and grabbed you from behind, or somebody grabbed your arm, and that's the range that we have to deal with. Typically, you're going to go to a women's self-defense seminar, and it's going to have the assumption, the whole program is going to have the assumption that we're going to stand face-to-face and box with somebody. And that's where you're going to lose out. That's that false sense of security. So what I did was I found high leverage targets, and I'm going to teach you how to get to these targets at any point in time. So the effectiveness is always there, whether you have agility or not, whether you have strength or not. These factors are not going to be involved, because it's so face to face. And we're going to be talking about, how to rake your thumb through people's eyes and bite them on the side of the face and knee them in the groin, these kind of things.
Oh,
where,
good. I can hardly wait.
All the good stuff that makes a marriage work, right?
Yes,
exactly. So the idea is, for the program to be effective as I wanted it to be, I have to bring out the most effective tools that I have in my arsenal, and teach you guys how to use these just naturally.
Cut to the chase.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. No fancy movement, no flowery stuff here. I'm not trying to impress anybody. It's just, let's get to work.
I think that's wonderful. And you know something? Tell us about your Fighting Chance organization.
Yeah, Fighting Chance is kind of my pride and joy. Now, I've spent over the past 10, 12 years hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours working with domestic violence victims, working with police departments, working with fire departments and crisis centers and these kind of things, and really just studying what happens. And it was because of that study is why I was able to put together the program that I have, my seminar, my 4-hour deal. However, what I did was I took that 4-hour program, and I said, look, I need to be able to offer this to people who probably need it the most. So I put together Fighting Chance, the nonprofit organization, which is basically, I'm partnering up with several different police departments and fire departments and private hosts, and I'll be traveling the country giving seminars and hopefully getting into crisis centers. So what we do is we take donations, so that way we can go into places and work with the people who can't afford spending the time with me, you know what I mean? They're probably the ones that need it the most. So,
I would say.
Yeah, and also we also do, we take like old cell phones and charge. If you guys have any of those, you can always drop those off over at my location. There'll be a box over there. I take them down to the police department. They scrub the phone, so there's no numbers or anything like that on it, and we can give these to some of these women who are in critical situations. It has 911, it has a shelter number, and these type of things work. You don't have to have a plan on it or prepaid or anything like that. So
a lot of times people think, well, I don't live in that kind of environment. Why do I need to know? But I think, like you say, any environment, and it happens in shopping centers.
Malls, it happens in schools. August is a great time for a seminar because a lot of these teenage girls are going away to college. You know what I mean? And dad's not always trying to protect them or whatever it is. Not that that's an effective tool in the first place, but shopping centers, anywhere where you can congregate or not congregate. Parking lots. If you work late, at a grocery store, whatever it is, you're going. It could happen anywhere. People could break right in your home. The safety of your own home. This is where you're supposed to find your most amount of peace. This is where you're supposed to be with your family. It's an unfortunate deal.
You know something? I think the remake of Karate Kid will ignite more interest in the martial arts movement.
I hope so.
I think it will.
It was a great success the first couple of weeks.
Tremendous. Have you seen clips of Will Smith's kid?
And it did so well. The current generation is ready for that again.
Yeah,
he's incredible.
Yeah.
The kid is incredible. But, a lot of times what happens, why I'm led to believe this, is because a lot of times what happens is when they have movies like with the dogs, like 101 Dalmatians, then everybody goes out and they got to have a Dalmatian, and within 6 months they have a rash of Dalmatians surrendered to the rescues and to the shelters.
So we have
Because
a lot of karate folks homeless in 6 months, is what you're saying?
well, no, but you know what? It'll make people, I'm hoping it'll make people curious. And all you ladies out there, August 7th at Spring Hill Gymnastics, Nick is going to be teaching his self-defense, women's self-defense
Great.
course, Fighting Chance. It's from it's from noon until 4 on August 7th, and it's $100. And I'm going to go. I'm coming. Sign me up.
All right.
And I'll call you with my credit card.
Absolutely.
And
You can do some live radio reports from out there, too. That would be
could
good.
you guys do that? It's
Well,
on a Saturday.
I think Mike can, maybe some recorded radio reports for later use.
About me screaming when he has me pinned on the mat.
Live on tape, it's all the same
You got
thing.
me another mats. I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet you that's one thing Nick tells you to do as soon as you're attacked, is scream as loud as you can, yes?
Well, the first, well,
Or
it's
whip out
always-
your mace.
Yeah, that's right. Whip out your mace,
Yeah.
whip out your blade, or if you have a 45 at your hip, then that's always a good tool. Also.
Except in Chicago, you have to take it outside.
That's right.
Well, you
house.
can't take it outside.
house, yeah.
I do have a Illinois Void card. And
Do
I have,
you?
Yeah, I have a card.
You are a unique talent.
I
That's very
have a
good.
right to carry card in Florida also because I'm a property owner down there. And it's good in 32 states, so you better watch your step down there,
Wow.
boy.
Yeah, I feel like in Old West. I'm wanted in 32 states now by Laura Dion-Jones.
Absolutely.
Eva Jones is after me.
I'm about to slide over too.
Nick,
Watch
getting
up her
back-
toe.
Getting back to what you were talking about, you get this August 7th is the Spring Hill Gymnastics is where you're going to be.
That's right.
Are you catering for all women, senior citizens, and children? Is there an age limit or age restrictions?
Typically, I start from about 16 and up.
16 and over?
16 and up. Mhm.
Okay. Because I have a 10-year-old daughter. She's been in karate for 3 years now. With
No kidding.
With my wife, yeah. My wife decided we're going to teach you how to take care of yourself at age 7,
Yeah.
which I thought was perfect for them to do.
Yeah.
My wife does it to keep in shape, to keep limber, to work her
Sure.
body out.
Yeah.
Great workout for her, but even more importantly, my daughter is just... She loves karate. She doesn't feel powerful. She doesn't feel like she wants to be a bully, but she feels safer.
Yeah.
And just the way she walks, you can tell she's more confident.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to know what kind of age limit we're talking about, because some of the stuff you might be teaching might be a little too graphic for...
It's a little graphic.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We couldn't squeeze a 10-year-old in. She's mature.
I'll do you a favor. You can bring her on down.
She's
All right.
mature.
She is very mature.
She's very
Absolutely
mature.
Bring her down.
I'll ask my wife if she's interested in coming by. Cool. Thank you very much.
No
I
problem.
appreciate
No
that.
problem.
We'll get back to Nick in a moment, but we'd like to thank our sponsors, Larry Allen Seal Coating.
Yes, although it's all right, Nick, that we leave you here because you know you're powerful. 847-980-6914 is the phone number for Allen and Sons Seal Coating. They're great sponsors of the Laura Diva Jones show, so we just want to make sure if seal coating or any other duties you have in mind in the summertime of 2010, the Summer in the City Fund, call 847-980-6914. That's Allen and Sons Seal Coating, and they make it so much fun. You just think of jobs for those guys.
And you know something, I'd like to thank our new sponsor, Dr. Clara Leos. She's located on Elgin's West Side, 2001 Larkin Avenue in the Associated Bank Building. Call 847-888-9988 for an appointment, or if you have any questions. And I got to tell you something real quick. She's an honors graduate of Boston University's Sargent College of Allied Health and Rehabilitation Services and National University of Health Science.
Does she have a diploma that says that?
Yes.
Does it hang on the wall? I want to see that.
Yes, she has mucho diplomas. And here's what I like, too. She was a member of the U.S. Women's Rowing Team champ in 1977, so she understands the challenges of athletes and especially middle-aged athletes.
And she's a legendary dancer at all age levels growing up in the city of Elgin.
Yes.
I heard she's been doing ballet here for 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, she's not that old, but her agents have said she's been
Well,
doing
she
it that
started
long.
at one.
Yeah, well, at least.
Two,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, 1, 2 maybe, yeah, with good posture.
And don't forget Frock Swap, Thursday, August 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Hemmons. Go to frockswapccc.com for more info. And then we also want to thank Snobhounds Canine Environmental Protection Wear, disguised as Canine Couture, at snobhounds.com. And I have to tell you, I get orders
Do you?
from
Oh,
people
nice.
in this area, yes. And we'd also like to thank Casey Tool, a weekly sponsor of ours too, available through Snap-on, Mobile Tool Distributors, and don't forget my
How is Casey? Casey's all right? Is
Casey's
he in
at the
town?
bat, yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that right?
And don't forget my motivational website and blog at lauradionjones.com. And in the studio with us today are Mike Hunziker, Jeff Myers, Kyle Balt, and we've just been hearing from Nick Farooqui of Ballistic Fighting Methods. And you're listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRMN 1410, and I think we have a caller. But if you've got something to say, you can always count on us for some good advice. And why not say it at 847-931-1410? Who's our caller?
Well, the number here again is 847-931-1410. Nick, before I take this call, do you have a website, someplace I can go and get some more information?
Yeah, that's right. It's www.ballisticfightingmethods.com.